Up and will retreat. Disciplined, cautious kick found Palmer too far from home. So it wheels and goes. Kicks long towards Lobb, who flies. The 9 games last season. Promising ruckman. Lobb comes in and delivers. First blood to the Giants, and they did it quite easily on the transition as well.
Lobb over the top with those extra centimetres, got the tap down, but one of the most improved players of last year, Mitch Wallace, read it beautifully, but you didn't kick it.
The Giants do it the hard way. They eventually get out of trouble. Here's Adam Kennedy. He drives it long. Collins front position over the back though. Tomlinson used his body really well and marched strongly.
Now, it was too. It was turf toe. Yeah, it was lower leg. Yeah.
Just watching the Dogs move forward though. Dalhouse, what a player he was last year, and that was on target. He's dropped it, Campbell. And the Dogs cannot buy a goal right now. They're finding new and inventive ways of missing them, actually. Pressure tackling expert, even as a young man. Now, Bontempelli, speaking of skill, and the Dogs have got plenty on display. Dalhouse on the end of the stringer handball, but you just can't kick a goal.
Bontempelli went third man up. Chance once again for the Bulldogs. Half forwards have been busy in this opening term. McLean flicks it off to Stevens, whose kick is good. And Stringer proving to be a bit of a handful in this opening term.
Considering coming off a really severe break in his junior, just outside his draft year.
To extend this Bulldogs lead, he squeezes it through. And Morris going back with the flight. Stewart behind him, couldn't quite take the mark. Biggs was there to recover. Campbell didn't quite hit Collins. Stewart recovered well. Patton didn't get a clean handle on it, but showed great agility for a big man. Then did the discipline thing round the corner. Scully called to play on snaps, a magnificent goal
by the Giants. The extra man, they didn't get that third man up in the first quarter. That's why the Doggies got so many shots at goal.
Williams to Pat, Fulham back to the wing. Patton came late to impact the contest. Well done, Hunter. Murphy, now Johannisen. Dogs starting to wind up. All one-on-ones ahead, and he's able to put it to the advantage of Stringer, who can swing quickly. It'll be a tough shot for goal, but he's going to take it and kick it like that.
With his disposal, Kelly couldn't gather cleanly, although he recovered nicely on all fours, just flicked it forward. Johannisen controlled it nicely, but then the hurry kick outside a defensive 50 was spilt by Buntine. The Bulldogs are dangerous. Here's Rover, drives it long to Stringer, who might get it and go. Thought about laying over the handball. In the end, dribbles it, and when you do that, Jono, I reckon you want to kick it. As Johannisen loads up, Marchbank flew from the side. McLean for the Bulldogs, spotted Suckling out of the corner of his eye, didn't quite hit the target. Suckling had support. Morris did well, then went with a dinky kick towards Bontempelli, who steps around to his favoured left and sees Wallace all alone inside 50. Great vision, great execution.
Gradually improving and becoming more of a force at AFL level. Averaged 23 disposals and 4 clearances last year. His kicking not always his strength, but that's a beautiful result for the Giants, who desperately needed a goal. And the skipper steps forward and puts it through.
Did you see that? There was a kiss on the cheek between Palmer and Canelio. That was hilarious.
Palmer tried to trickle it further afield. Stringer does the disciplined square-up kick towards the hot spot. Picken could have been held. Here's Hunter, who flies and accepts. Good tackle, McKenna. Caleb Daniel, good handball. McRae, deft little kick towards Stevens. And the Bulldogs, with plenty of numbers, working out really well. And the beneficiary was Big Tom Campbell, all for Kobe Stevens. So,
well, he was fairly handy injury prone when he was at it was the Eagles.
West Coast, yep. So the Bulldogs once again streaming out of the centre. That's another push. And not all that subtle, fair to say, Dirk.
Little check.
Maybe the Giants getting a little desperate, trying to turn it into a grind.
He's confident here. He's
Campbell fancies his chances.
I always loved it when the big key forward just points to the sky and says,
we spoke about it earlier.
McLean had about 20 metres on his direct opponent. He didn't kick to him, so he'd want to put this one straight through.
Where do you want it? Just throw it up in the air anywhere.
I'll tell you what, he's got a fair piece of it as well. Knew his capabilities. Went bang from
Kennedy dashing out of defence.
Take him on.
We know what they can do, rebounding off half-back. Kennedy with a flash of brilliance early, drives it long for Lobb, but set for him. He does. He rides out the tackle and then Wasn't the best of kicks, but it falls pretty nicely in the end.
His side. And the Bulldogs breathe a sigh of relief, although I don't imagine Hutto they'd be too concerned.
Hunter kicks back to the wing. McLean took an absolute screamer, which you can YouTube if you want to at some stage. And he certainly showed his leaping ability there.
Oh, Lee able to do that. That's why they've now recruited Collins and Adams to try and fill a bit of that role, to allow Roughhead to go and play his more natural game. Great goal for
Rover with a nice turn of foot and snapped pretty darn well as well. Thought the call was high.
Yep.
As the Giants build through Wilson, pumps it long. Patton in good position. Almost a bit of a falcon. In the end, Stewart.
Wow.
Moment of brilliance from James Stewart. Carved a passage and finished with a plum.
Felt beautifully for Easton Wood, who just glides in. And now they're away with Hunter.
Kick the running goal, Wilbur.
And he doesn't try. Goes short, a little pokey pass. Robert able to lay it off, and Suckling runs in and rams it right through for another for the Dogs. From one end to the other in style.
In your own right, you can have a real effect on winning games. So they're all reaching the right level.
So the clock counts down, and in the end it's the Western Bulldogs, these two emerging teams. But the Dogs, just a little more talent tonight. As we said, there was glimpses from the Giants, but the Dogs a little too good. And a super goal, 13-17, 104, getting the job done against the Giants, 11-7, 73.